Welcome back to Where I Long to Be, a magical trip report podcast. My name is Virginia, and I am your host. As a reminder, because of the Thanksgiving holiday here in the US, there will be no new episodes next Monday, December 1st, since I will be traveling. The next new episodes will be released on December 8th. Now, let's get into today's post-trip fun with Anna. Anna was traveling to Walt Disney World November 6th through 9th with her son Arthur for a mother-son adventure. They were staying one night at All Star Sports and 2 nights at Pop Century Resort. They had plans to go to Magic Kingdom for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party and to Epcot to enjoy Eat to the Beat. While Arthur had visited Orlando before, this was his first time venturing into any of the parks. To prepare, he watched a lot of YouTube videos and was especially looking forward to trying Tron and having a giant pink donut from Joffrey's. As a quick follow-up note to the pre-trip interview, when I edited that episode, I realized that we talked a lot about trying to have Arthur pull the sword from the stone. And as it turned out, we didn't end up chatting about it at all in the post-trip interview. So I followed up with Anna after the fact, and she confirmed that he did try, but it didn't happen this go round. So I just wanted to close that loop in case any of you were wondering what ended up happening with that. And I wish Arthur all the best of luck when he gets to try that again in the future. Okay, that should be all you need to know to catch up. So let's dive right in. Please welcome back, Anna. Welcome back, Anna.
Thanks, Virginia.
I know you are just so pumped to talk about this trip because you already told me before we started recording how much fun it was. How are you doing being back? Do you have the Disney blues yet?
A little bit, but don't worry. I'm just checking wait times of rides and doing all the weird things that we all do.
Isn't that funny where you can look at the app and you can just kind of pretend like, oh, if I was there, I would be heading over in this direction because I want to do this.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, I feel like, if you're not a Disney adult, you probably don't understand. But everybody who's a Disney adult who's listening, which I would guess is a majority of my listeners, is just nodding their heads in agreement. Yes, we all do it. We all do it. We all plan fake trips in our head.
Mhm.
I know some people who even go as far as putting deposits down on trips that they are like, maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't, just to have something out there. So the bizarre behaviors we do as Disney adults, but we're all in it together. We're all doing it.
We are. It's okay.
How was your travel down to Orlando?
So it was really good. I think in the pre-trip, I said we were flying out of Columbus, Ohio.
You
I got
did.
that wrong. We're flying out of Cincinnati. And I
Okay,
figured this
when
out.
did you figure it out?
I figured this out the day after we recorded.
Okay, all right. At least it was in plenty of time for your actual trip and you were not like on the
Yes.
way to the wrong airport.
Yes. In September, I flew out of Columbus. So I was just assuming that I was doing that again. But I flew out of Cincinnati.
Oh, wait, we have to pause first because you were picking up your son early and it was a surprise that you were picking him up early.
Yes, it
Okay,
was.
how did that go?
It went great. I ended up picking him up earlier than I even had anticipated. I was ready. I was packed. I was just so excited. And I was seeing on my app that traffic was starting to get really backed up. And I'm very glad I picked him up when I did because there was a major accident
Mm-hmm.
on the highway that runs like north south in Ohio. And it started impacting like all the way down to Cincinnati. So
Oh, wow.
I'm glad I got him when we did, but it meant we were at the airport early and kind of bored. But
So the Cincinnati airport is not like a fun airport to hang out in.
not really. I mean, it's small. We did all the things though. They have essentially like a little tram you can go on. We went and explored
Uh-huh.
different terminals where we could do the little moving walkways. So we found things to do. We were fine, but
Okay. Remind me how old your son is.
Arthur is 8.
Okay.
And this was his first time into the parks.
Yes. Yes. So rode the tram, had as much fun as could possibly be had at the Cincinnati airport, and then got on your flight. Everything go smoothly?
Yes, everything was smooth. It was the day after our flight that they started canceling flights. So
Okay.
We were not impacted on the way down.
Yeah, this was Thursday, November 6th, just for context for everyone.
Yes.
You were renting a car for the very first time this trip. And I wrote first time ever. So like never have rented a car anywhere ever before.
No,
So how did that go?
it was so smooth. We rented through Alamo. I got a Jeep Wrangler because I was trying to just come up with something fun to drive
Mm-hmm.
on vacation, and I didn't feel comfortable driving like a sports car. It was blue, and Arthur had said that was his preference, was a blue one, and we were able to get it. It's different to drive. It just
Okay.
felt very different from any car that I've been in before. And the weirdest thing was, instead of the button to roll down the window being on the door, it's on the center console because you can take the doors off, so it can't be on the door.
I would not have even thought of that.
No, so my biggest difficulty was I needed to roll down the window to exit the Alamo garage, and I could not roll down the window. Someone had to like come and help me and open the door and figure it out, but we were good. It was an experience. It was getting dark when we
Mm-hmm.
first got there at 5:35,
Oh,
and that
wow.
was a bit stressful for me to be in a completely new environment in a completely new car. It's getting dark.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little stressful at first, but after like 5 minutes we were fine.
Did the Jeep have built-in GPS or maps or anything?
It did, but no, it didn't. It could connect to CarPlay on my phone.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing I always struggle with car rentals is I never think of it until I'm in the car and then I'm like, there's nowhere to put my phone. And they don't always have, a map system. And so I think I need to invest in something that's kind of like a universal phone holder that could be stuck in any car that just becomes part of my travel bag on
I
trips where
think
I'm going to
that's
rent a
really
car.
smart.
Because it's really dangerous, we all know this, to be looking at your phone and have it in a place where it's going to go flying around everywhere. I mean, if you have somebody else with you, they can sort of play navigator like old fashioned like we did back in the day with our MapQuest directions printed out. Um, but if you're by yourself or if you're with a younger child who you can't necessarily rely on for that sort of thing, it can be a little stressful. So
Yeah.
once you got going and you figured things out, how was your drive over to All Star Sports?
It was pretty good. It was rush hour time,
Mm-hmm.
5:30 on a Thursday, so it took almost an hour. And when we were in the airplane, Arthur told me that he had seen videos of people with lightsabers, so he wanted to go build a lightsaber. So I said,
Mm-hmm.
"Okay, do you want to go to our resort and get dinner, or do you want to go to Disney Springs?" He chose Disney Springs, which I was not anticipating, so
Mm-hmm.
off we went to Disney Springs and we parked in the Lime Garage. Again, took about an hour to get there.
Had he been to Disney Springs before?
Yes.
Okay, so he knew what it was. He knew what he was asking for. Okay, got it.
Yes.
Okay.
He did. I made the mistake. I was like searching where to make a lightsaber at Disney Springs. So at first, I took us to the place to make the really expensive ones with the crystal inside.
Oh.
And I said, I'm not spending hundreds of dollars on a lightsaber that we can't even fit in our suitcase to take home. Like,
Right.
there's no, you're 8. So, and then we were getting really hungry. So we ended up eating at Deluxe Burger because we just
Ooh,
happened to walk past it. It was pretty
deluxe
good.
burger.
I think I would choose something different next time.
Really? Okay.
I did really like it. I got something that had like blue cheese and
Mhm.
these onions. Which I liked. It was a lot. There was a lot
No,
of food.
it's a lot of food, but I think they make a solid burger for a fast food joint. Like, I have said it before, I'll say it again, I kinda like their burger better than Steakhouse 71, and
Ooh.
maybe it's just because I don't have, maybe I don't have the best taste in burgers, I don't know, but I just think it's a good burger, and I like their fries and their sauce, so
Yeah, no, I did really like my burger. I just was like, maybe next time I'll get a kids meal because like this was a
Oh,
lot.
yeah.
Like it was a lot. So I just wasn't
Yeah.
anticipating that.
Yeah, I think, especially at the, walk up, like, quick service type places, there are some places that have really good kids meals, and that's a really good way to save some money and get a meal that's more appropriately sized for what you actually feel like eating, so, yeah. What else did you do?
Then we stopped at Joffrey's because Arthur really wanted a pink donut, but they didn't have any. Again,
Mm,
another thing that he saw
mhm.
on YouTube.
Yeah, and you had said that, like, every time you saw a Joffrey's, you were gonna be looking for this because it was a priority.
Yes.
So, this is just stop 1 in the Joffrey's pink donut journey for you.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. And we actually stopped at 2 different Joffreys. The second one, they said, "We don't do baked goods. You have to go to the other one." And I said, "We've already been there."
Okay.
Then we went to the pin store, and this was fun because Arthur's already into pin trading.
Mhm.
We had bought some cheap pins last time to take, and then quickly learned that there's also nice pins. So he's got a nice little collection going. And he started collecting the Munchling pins at this trip.
Mhm.
So he got some of those, and we met a cast member. Her name is Jasmine, and she is from close to us in Ohio. So that was a really fun little surprise on our first day.
Aw, that's
I
really
love
cool.
I love those connections. I love that they wear the name tags,
So do
and
I.
it's so great. We had really fun conversations with people who,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah,
lived
it
where
gives
we
you something
live
to
or
talk about, and I love that with the Disney college program cast members as well, like, seeing where they go to school and stuff. It's
yes.
fun.
I was telling you before I started, I used to work in higher ed, and I found someone who worked at this tiny, or that went to a really tiny school in Pennsylvania where I used to work. And that was just really fun too. So
Oh,
that was later in the trip.
very cool, very cool.
Then we went to Once Upon a Toy and made a lightsaber. He
Mhm.
really enjoyed that, got his lightsaber. And after that, he was like, okay, I got everything I wanted. I'm tired. Let's head back. So we walked back to the garage and went to All Star Sports, where we just put our things down and then kind of explored a little bit just to check out the resort
Mhm.
and then have an early bedtime. That
Which section of All-Star Sports were you in?
we were in the Hoops Hotel, the basketball
Okay.
section, and he's a basketball player. So
Okay. I have an episode coming out tomorrow with Allie, who you will hear, and she was also placed in the hoop section. So this is 2 for 2 here I have in people getting put into hoops.
I
So
love
did you
it.
like the theming?
Oh, we did. We really liked it.
Mhm. Did you walk around and look at all the other sections in your exploration
We
that
did
night?
not.
Okay. Did you at any point during the trip go and look at some of the other themed sections?
We did not.
Okay. It's
We
fine.
walked a little bit. We went to the surf section because that's, I think, the main one.
Right, you have to kinda pass that to get to the main building.
Um, but no, we had planned on it. But you'll see the next day we changed our plans, so we did not explore as much as I had planned hoped
Okay.
to.
Alright, so that brings us to Friday, November 7th, and this is a day where you were switching resorts anyway, so you had very little time to explore All-Star Sports. So how did your morning start?
Well, I'm an early riser, and I have a 3-year-old at home who wakes me up almost every single night in the middle of the night because that's just how she
Mhm.
lives. So I got a beautiful night's sleep, and I slept till 4:30. And then I was up just, checking out the app, looking at things,
Uh-huh.
scrolling social media. And Arthur woke up at 6 o'clock. And I let him kind of, play on his iPad for a little bit. And then I said, hey, bud, what do you want to do this morning? We could, and I gave him a couple options. We could just hang out in our room and we could go get breakfast here, or we could go to a character breakfast. And he was like, yes, if I can meet Donald Duck, I want to go to a character breakfast.
Oh,
And he had
okay.
been telling me he did not want to do character meals.
Uh-huh.
So, because he was, too old and cool. And I was like, okay, done. I'd already seen that Topolino's and Cape May had openings, and he
Mhm.
chose Cape May because he really wanted a buffet breakfast, which I was kind of bummed about because I've been wanting to go to Topolino's, but it's okay. He chose it.
Mhm.
So I booked us for an 8:35 at Cape May,
Oh, wow.
and
Okay.
we packed up our bags and got in the car. I mean, we got in the car probably at like 7 o'clock, maybe even
Mhm.
before that, drove over to Pop, and I was able to check in person and say, hey, we're here really early. I will take any room that you have
Mhm.
if we can get it early. So I'm glad I was able to do that. I do want to say, while we were getting ready, it was so cute. I had said something to Arthur because he was like, how do you already just know other things we can do? And I said, oh, I say it all the time, there's a method to my madness. And he goes,
Mhm.
no, there's a method to your magic. Get it? Because you make magic for us. And
Oh.
Virginia, my mom heart is just like, oh,
Oh, that's
like
so sweet.
it's all, it's all worth it because it really is special for
What a
them. And
clever kid to think of that on the
I
spot.
know it was the
Aw.
sweetest thing he truly could have said to me. And I was like, oh, I will pay any amount of money for anything you want the rest of this trip.
The world is your oyster, kid.
So we were in line for the Skyliner at 7:38.
Did they have a room for you at that moment, or you just got
No,
in early, but not quite that early?
we got in early, but not that early. And that was okay. I mean, I didn't
Mhm.
expect to. I just wanted to get in before 3 o'clock if possible.
Okay. All right. So, Skyliner, had you ridden the Skyliner before?
I have, but he had not.
Okay. What did he
And
think?
he really liked it. I think he enjoyed it. It was confusing for him because he just wasn't understanding, like, oh, we have to get off and then get back on, and then the doors will
Mhm.
open and we're not getting off. But
Right.
he's a quick learner. And we got over to Beach Club at 8:23,
Mhm.
right in time for our reservation.
Okay. How was Cape May? I hear a sort of mixed review of things for that character meal. What did you think?
I love their outfits, especially Minnie's outfit. So super cute. I liked the character interactions. The food was good.
Mhm.
I did like it. I, I was a little bummed the whole time because I wish I was at Topolino's, but it's okay.
Mhm.
There were two things that I really loved. There was something, it was like potatoes with a poached egg on top, and it
Oh.
was really delicious. And then they had
Mm.
a bread pudding that had shredded carrots in it. I think it was a carrot cake bread pudding. It
Oh,
was
okay.
delicious.
Mm.
Um,
Disney knows
and
how to do a bread pudding.
they do. It was really good. And Arthur had a crepe for the first time, so that was really exciting.
Very cool.
I talked him into trying that, and he just really likes the idea of a buffet. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm not sure what is so enticing because he really got the same thing that was on the kids menu at Topolino's,
Mhm.
but
Well, I
all
mean,
is fine.
I think if you are a kid who likes to have a lot of options, but is nervous that you're gonna make the wrong
Exactly.
decision and regret what you got, it's a nice way to just go, "You know what? I don't want this. I want that. Nope. Okay, I'm also gonna try this." So, I mean, I get it. I do get
Hmm.
it. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean the food was fine. I liked some of the things a lot, and the rest of it was okay. The surface
Mhm.
wasn't my favorite, but I
Mm.
loved the character interactions. So
Okay.
I had also wondered if it would smell like seafood in there just because they have the seafood buffet. I was
Uh-huh.
personally nervous about that, and it didn't. It
Okay. I'm
There
glad you
wasn't a weird lingering smell.
I'm glad you said that because I have heard that, and I feel like there have been times when I have walked down that corridor that goes past Cape May because I've never eaten at Cape May myself, but I've stayed at Beach Club, and I don't know if it's because the restaurant was open for lunch or dinner, but I recall walking down that hall and you could tell there was a seafood restaurant nearby. So I would have been also worried about that at breakfast, and I was literally sitting here thinking that. So I'm glad you brought it up because there were probably other listeners thinking it too.
Yeah, so that was my biggest concern was what I don't know, but we got cute pictures with the characters,
Hmm.
and Donald Duck is Arthur's favorite. So that was just really, I loved that. I loved that he picked to go there.
Oh, was he willing to get his photo taken and everything with Donald?
Yes.
Good, good.
Yes, we have some cute photos I'm going to send you.
Sometimes kids are funny about getting their picture taken, so you gotta
Yes.
jump on it when you can. All right. So this was going to be a party day for you. So ultimately, eventually, you needed to wind up over at the Magic Kingdom. What did you do after breakfast before it was time to head that direction?
So we headed back to the Skyliner and we saw that there was a Joffrey's at Caribbean Beach. So we got off the Skyliner. We could see pink donuts and we went and got a pink donut that we saved for
Perfect.
later.
Okay.
But
Okay.
we
Well, I hope so after a breakfast buffet.
but we got the pink donut. That was
Fantastic.
because that was one of the things that just kept playing in my mind was I gotta find this pink donut. Like I
Right.
just wanted it done.
Hmm.
We went to Typhoon Lagoon.
Okay. All right.
So we, and this was
And
part of
water
the
parks are
reason,
not your favorite thing.
no, that's
Okay.
okay. This was part of the reason that I got the rental car was for this the switch from one resort to the next and
Mm-hmm.
being able to have our stuff and for the water park. So we just drove straight over to Typhoon Lagoon. We basically, it opened at 10 and we got there. We pulled into the parking lot at 10:02
Mm-hmm.
and we did the wave pool for an hour and a half.
An hour and a half.
Yes, Virginia, an
Oh, my
hour and a
word.
half.
Okay.
And it is an intense wave pool. My watch kept asking me if I was doing aerobic exercise.
I think people probably wonder why I bring it up so often. It's intense.
It is
No
really
joke.
intense. And we were far out in
Did
there.
you get knocked down and then got back up again?
Oh, many times. Many, many times. At one point, I did get him to go try the lazy river, and we maybe did a quarter of the lazy river. And then he's like, okay, I'm done with this. Let's go back to the wave pool.
Okay. He likes excitement.
He does. So we stayed till almost noon, and I said, buddy, I need a break from the wave pool
Mm-hmm.
and we need to rest a little bit before tonight. So
Mm-hmm.
we got back to Pop around 12:15 and took a shower and then went and got lunch at Pop. I got the salmon and he got the sesame chicken.
Mm-hmm.
It was all great. Then we did a little bit of arcade and pin trading and then went and just rested in the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was your room location?
Our room location was great. We were in the 50s section. It
Mm-hmm.
was very convenient to both the parking lot and to the main building.
Okay. Perfect. All right.
Yeah. We were right by the lady statue across from the state tramp statue.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was thinking like generic lady.
Oh, no. Lady the dog.
Lady the dog. Okay. Got it. Got it.
So we rested in our room and then we got ready about 3:00. And Arthur said, wait a second, we're not going to ride the monorail, are we? And I said, no, we were going to take a bus. He goes,
Mm-hmm.
I really want to take the monorail. And I said, well, we're not on the monorail. We're on the Skyliner.
Mm-hmm.
He said, well, how could we take the monorail? I said, we could drive to the TTC. So we did it. We drove to the
Okay.
TTC.
All right.
And it actually ended up being a great choice because when we were pulling out of Pop, I could see the line for the bus and it
Oh,
was
okay.
huge. I mean, we probably would have been the fourth bus
Okay.
out
All
of
right.
Pop.
So good move, Arthur.
Yes.
And bonus, you get to ride the monorail. So when you got to the TTC, you hopped on the monorail right there at the TTC?
Yes.
Okay.
So we took a little tram. They have a tram that drives you over to the
Mm-hmm.
monorail. We're just trying all the transportation on this trip. And have you ever parked at Disney?
Yes.
I love it. That thing pops up on your phone. Like, do you want to mark where you're parked at? And it's
Mm-hmm.
so amazing. I don't know. I did not expect it to be as well organized and easy to
Mm-hmm.
utilize, but I should have known. It's Disney.
I mean, technology these days. I mean, we used to just have to take a photo of the sign and,
I know.
hope for the best.
It was great. We were in the Villains, the Scar section of parking, took the tram, then got
Mm-hmm.
off right on the monorail and straight over to the party. We get there and it is packed. I mean, there are thousands of people waiting to get into this party.
What time was
So
it approximately?
we are in a swarm. We parked at 3:30, so it was probably like 3:45, 3:50 by the time we
Mm-hmm.
got there.
Okay. So right before party goers are allowed to get in at 4 p.m. So that
Yes.
would
And
be the busiest time. Yep.
I thought it was going to take us longer, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping we would get there a little bit after 4, so I was like, "Oh goodness."
Mm-hmm.
But we just decided to get in the swarm of people and it was really quick. It was quick
Mm-hmm.
to get through security. It was quick to get our wristband and then we went straight in. So when you go into the party, they have you go on the bypass to the right of Main Street.
Mm-hmm.
And that was so fun, Virginia. They had the Snope going. They had Christmas music. There was a DJ. There were 2 angels on stilts walking around. We got
Mm-hmm.
our ornament and a little marshmallow that looked like Mickey,
Mm-hmm.
and there were gingerbread characters. It was so fun.
All within the bypass,
Yes,
which is nice because regular park goers are still there. The party has not officially started yet.
correct.
So I love that they did that so that you get a sense of like, I'm here for the party, even though it's not officially
Yes.
going yet. That's really
It
cool.
felt so Christmassy. All the cast members
Mm.
were dressed in Christmas gear, and oh, it felt so good. I had someone take our picture while we were in there, and that was
Hmm.
the only picture I got of the two of us all night. We were
Well,
busy. We had
I
other things to do.
I was gonna say that's a sign you were having a great time.
Yes. So then we went straight to Tron,
Yes,
which
I
that
wrote down that that and getting a photo in front of the castle were your two top priorities.
they were. The photo in the front of the castle didn't happen. We got it in the bypass. It's fine. Tron is intense. It
Okay.
is so intense for
Had you
me.
not done it before?
I have not done it before. I am not a
Okay.
huge thrill ride person.
Mhm.
I had no interest in riding Tron, but Arthur really wanted to do it. So I was like, I'm going to put on my brave girl pants and we are going to do this.
Mhm.
And then he really wanted to ride in the front. He got in his mind that we had to be in the front. So we waited till we got in the front.
Uh-huh.
And I knew as soon as it took off, I was like, this poor kid is going to be terrified. And we stopped and we got off, and he looked like a ghost. And I was waving my hand in front of his face, like, Arthur, are you there? He just said, that was intense. And I oh, it was his reaction. I knew he did not love that. He said, do we have to do that again? I said, no, because originally he was like, I want to ride Tron as many times as I can. Um, it was a lot. People talk
Mhm.
about how short it is, and I felt like it went on forever and ever. I thought it was only the outside part because people talk about how short it was.
Uh-huh.
I was not anticipating all
All
the
the
inside
inside
part.
stuff. Yeah.
So it ruined us for the rest of the trip. We did not ride another thrill ride, another
Oh
roller coaster,
no.
nothing,
Oh.
which is okay. It's fine.
Mhm.
He feels very brave about it now, and his teacher told me that they were making roller coasters in STEM class, and he was telling everyone how he rode Tron and he loved it. So that's
Mhm.
good. But I think it was way more intense than either of us were anticipating.
Mhm. I mean, maybe enough time will pass before he has the opportunity to ride a big coaster again that he will in his mind think, I loved this. It was so exciting.
Exactly. And we kept talking about, well, okay, what'll be our big thrill ride the next time we come? Like we have to do
Mhm.
at least one every trip. So it's okay.
Okay. All right. He did it. He was brave. I'm proud of him.
Yes, but not our speed. Then we did the Tomorrowland Speedway, and he loved it.
Mhm.
Loved riding Tomorrowland Speedway, loved driving. Then we stopped and got a frozen Coke just over there in Tomorrowland.
Mhm.
And we went to the Monsters Inc. laugh floor, which I have never done before. So cute, so
Mhm.
fun. Monsters Inc. was one of his favorite shows when he was younger, so we really enjoyed that. Then we walked over and got spring rolls. He kept telling me, I don't think I'm going to like these. I don't think I'm going to like these. He especially didn't think he would like the cheeseburger one. So I got like one cheeseburger, one pizza. And of course, he loved the cheeseburger. So then we had to go back and get another order of cheeseburgers. So we could each have one of those. So
Mhm.
we did spring rolls twice. Then we rode Pirates, which was fun. And I should say we had a lightning lane for Tron, but then since it was party day, like we didn't get a lightning lane for anything
Mhm.
else. So
How were the lines?
not bad at all.
Okay.
Everything was mostly a walk on or just walk kind of slowly through the queue,
Mhm. Yeah.
so you're just waiting for a couple groups to get on. Then we had a reservation at Beak and Barrel, which was
Uh-huh.
really fun. We enjoyed that experience. We got to sit at not the main bar. Kids can't sit at the main bar, but there was like another area where it's just a bar against the wall and you're sitting on stools. So we did
Mhm.
that and it was really fun. He got from the non-alcoholic menu, something, I forget what it was called, but it came with so much stuff. He got a drink, he got like a giant cake pop, he got like a Oreo ball, some popcorn. It
And
was
that
an
was all
intense
on the
dessert.
drink? Oh,
Yes.
it was a dessert or a
It
drink?
it was a drink, but it came with all this dessert, and I was not expecting that.
Huh.
Yeah, it
Interesting.
was a wild.
Hmm.
Yeah, we were not expecting that. So he didn't eat all that stuff,
What did you
but
get?
I got the margarita.
It's funny, bringing up Allie again, she mentions that in her trip report as well, and not saying it right, and they made her repeat it until she said margarita. So,
I love it. It was really good.
mhm,
I enjoyed it a lot. Um, I'm trying to see what. Okay, here. Arthur's thing that he got was called the treasure trove.
mm,
And it should have set me off because it was like twice as much as the other drink. And it's because it came with a vanilla cake plank, chocolate cannonball, and golden caramel popcorn.
okay.
It was intense.
It sounds intense.
So we just hung out in Beacon Barrel for a little bit. There's little tiny shows that go on
Mhm,
almost. There's the talking parrot, then there's things that are interactive with the cast. And before we left, we did just kind of walk around. I don't know if you're supposed to do that or not, but I wanted to see everything. So we kind of walked around the whole
why
place on our
not?
way out and checked things out. So that was really fun. And he thought he was just so cool going in there. There were kids way younger than him, but
Mhm,
I don't know. It also feels very exclusive because
mhm,
the way that it's set up where they come out and get you, and
yeah,
he also really liked all the interactive components of the magic band. The magic band goes crazy inside Beacon Barrel. Like
mm,
whenever magical things are happening, your magic band is lighting up and shaking and stuff. So there was a cookie line really close to Beacon Barrel, but it was really long, and we just decided like, free cookies aren't that important to us. So we did
mhm.
not wait in that one. We just skipped it.
What
And
what time was this at? Because your Beacon Barrel reservation was just before 7, so where are we in your timeline now?
so I feel like, got in a little bit before our Beacon Barrel reservation. So now we're probably about 7:30.
Okay, alright. So getting close to fireworks.
Yes. No, the fireworks didn't go off until 10.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Because I kept thinking, oh, they're going to go off at 8. Oh, they're going to go do at
Uh-huh.
9. But they went off at 10.
Weird. Okay. Hmm.
Um, we walked by Tiana's and I showed Arthur the drop, and he was so impressed that I had done Tiana's before. I felt very proud that he
Oh,
was
you
like,
got some cool
"Wow, you
points.
did that?" He's like, "I don't want to do that." I said, "No, we don't have to."
So
We
maybe that can be your thrilling ride next time.
maybe I'm hoping it'll be Guardians, but
Ooh, yes. Yes.
maybe it'll be Tiana's. We went and rode Haunted Mansion,
Mhm.
and that was enjoyable. He was like, "Yeah, that was cool, but I don't need to do that again." That was kind of weird. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I think it's super cool in there, but he was like, it just,
He
I don't
wasn't
know.
scared by it or anything, was he?
No, but he was like, I thought it was going to be scary.
Oh,
So I'm not
okay.
really sure what he was expecting.
So I guess, if you're expecting scary and you get to, singing, dancing ghosts, maybe.
Yes. I don't know. It just wasn't what he thought it was going to be. And he was like, that was kind of weird. But he
Was
did like
he
the Doom buggies.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was he impressed by any of the technology? Because you said he's in a STEM class, so I'm imagining, like, maybe some of the things, like the Pepper's ghost effect or things like that, might have been impressive to him.
I don't know. I'm
Hmm,
not really sure. I didn't ask.
okay.
Um, but yeah, he just seemed to be like, this is silly. Oh, well. We ended up just passing through the cookies at Gaston's. We didn't stop. There was a short line, but Arthur's like, we don't need cookies. Let's just keep going.
Mm,
Then
okay.
we rode The Little Mermaid.
Mhm.
And I wanted to ride some more stuff in that area, but he really wanted to go back and do the Speedway again. So we went back and did Tomorrowland Speedway, and that it now had the Christmas overlay. So once it's
Fun.
dark, I mean, you could tell it was on earlier, but when it was still light out, you just couldn't really see everything. So there's, little things lighting up along it, and it
Mm-hmm.
just feels really cozy. Then we stopped for some water and just kind of rested for a little bit. And then we rode the People Mover, and it was so wonderful. I like the People Mover anyway, but it's really fun being able to go through Space Mountain when they've got the Christmas stuff going on. So you're seeing the red and green lights, you're hearing the really
Mm-hmm.
loud Christmas music. You go by Tomorrowland Speedway and it's all decorated and lit up. Like, it just felt
Mm-hmm.
very celebratory.
Oh, I love that. I love the People Mover anyway, but those sound like even better circumstances to ride the People Mover under.
Yes, it was so much fun. Like the green and red lights everywhere and the Christmas music. It was fun. We did get cookies in Tomorrowland.
Okay.
Tomorrowland ended up being just our place.
Okay.
Then we rode the Tomorrowland Speedway 2 more times.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
Arthur loved the Speedway.
that was a
Okay.
lot of the Speedway. We rode it and then we got off and he goes, "Can we get back in line? It doesn't look like a long line." And I was like, "Okay." We did it again and then we got off and he's like, "Let's do it again." But thankfully, there was a long enough line that he said, "Actually, let's not. Let's go do the laugh floor."
Did you get him a Tomorrowland Speedway driver's license by chance?
No.
Oh, you got to do that next time if he still loves the Speedway like that.
I saw the thing, but I didn't know what it was. Like those little photo booths. I
It's
should have done
it's
it.
basically like a fake driver's license. Like it's a little plastic card and it takes your picture and it puts it on the card and it says Tomorrowland Speedway driver's license. I don't know. Alex has one from when he was probably that age.
Oh, that is cute. Okay, we will do that next time for sure. So then we went and did Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor again because he was like,
Mhm.
"That was so fun. Let's go do it again." And it had the overlay, so it did have a Christmas overlay this time. So it was a little bit different, but it's still very similar.
Mhm.
He was like, "Oh, I thought it was going to be really different." So
Were
it's
they
fun.
telling Christmas jokes or what was the overlay part of it?
Um, Everybody was dressed like the characters were dressed up in holiday gear, and there were holiday jokes. I
Okay.
mean,
All right.
yeah, and the jokes that you could text in were all holiday related too.
Okay.
So then he was like, "I'm getting tired, kind of ready to be done." I said, "That's okay. Let's start heading out." And we're walking out of Tomorrowland, and the fireworks show starts. So this was so cool. So this was at 10 o'clock.
Uh-huh.
So we kind of just snuggle on in and start watching. And he was like, "This is boring." He
Oh
didn't
no.
care to watch it. So I was so sad. I was about to get to watch the whole fireworks, but it's okay. At the beginning of the show, Tink flies. I was not expecting that. So she went
Oh.
right over us. And he thought
Okay.
that was really cool and then had like
Okay.
a million questions about her, but he kept talking.
Yeah, a million
And I was like,
questions.
"Okay, we got to go." Like, you
Uh-huh.
clearly are not finding this show very exciting.
Mhm.
And I don't know. He just was done, I guess. And I don't know.
Mhm.
But I
Okay.
didn't want to ruin it for everybody else by him just constantly
Yapping.
talking.
Yeah.
So we kind of made our way back and then over. We went into the Emporium
Mhm.
and just kind of walked through the Emporium, kind of looking around. And we uh, got to the front of Main Street right as the fireworks were ending. So I snapped a cute picture of us in front of the big giant tree. And
Mhm.
I was like, we might as well just get out of here right now if,
Right.
before the big crowd. So we did. We got out, we walked right onto the monorail, we walked right onto a tram and back to our car.
Perfect. That sounds
Yes,
like a really fun Christmassy evening.
it did. It was. So we walked out of Magic Kingdom at 10:20.
Do you are you somebody who really like loves the Christmas season anyway? Is it your favorite
Yes.
holiday season?
Yes, very much.
So how did this impact your enjoyment of this season by kicking it off with a party even before Thanksgiving has happened?
It really has me in the Christmas spirit more. I normally start to get in the Christmas spirit in October, and this year I just feel like things are stressful. in the world
Yeah.
and whatever. And I told my husband, like, I'm just not feeling Christmas this year. Like, I'm not into
Mm-hmm.
it. And this party really helped ignite that love again and got me
Mm.
really, really thinking about it. Um, it was so fun. I do feel like since this was Arthur's first time at Magic Kingdom, that we were
Mm-hmm.
really using it as our Magic Kingdom day and not as a party day.
Okay.
So if I had been there by myself, I think I would have enjoyed all of the holiday things a little bit more. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad we did it this way. It worked out really well for us.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and for us, the price wasn't that different to choose a party day versus one like a second park day. Cause the park days start to get cheaper as you have more of them in your
Right.
package or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
it worked out. I do need to say we were starving by the time we left. I
Mm-hmm.
realized we each had some spring rolls at like 4:30
Mm-hmm.
and some cookies. So we did stop at a gas station and got hard-boiled eggs and cheese sticks
Protein
and
break.
and took those back to our room because I was like, oh, I should have thought about food. And I did count our steps that day. I walked 25,699 steps.
Wow. Well done.
So it was a big day.
So that brings us to Saturday, November 8th. And this was an Epcot day for you. Because you had the party the night before, you had thought that you would sleep in. Now, I'm going to ask you if you actually slept in because what I'm hearing is Anna doesn't sleep in. She wakes up early regardless. So what happened?
Yeah, we did sleep in. We slept till a little after 7, and we ended up,
For most
which,
people, that's not sleeping in.
well, for me, it's a lot of sleeping in. So we ended up getting to the Skyliner at 8:30.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And you had a 9:20 breakfast garden grill reservation.
Yes, we got to
Okay.
Epcot at 9. I wrote down that we were moving slower today. We really, like, you could just tell didn't
Mm-hmm.
have the same pep in our step in the morning, which was fine. The first thing I did was I went to a Blue Umbrella and asked if we could get refunded for our Guardians Lightning Lane. I
Because
said,
of
we
his
did Tron
reaction to
yesterday. It
Tron.
was
Yes.
really intense. We're not going to be able to use this. I said, even if you can't refund us, can you put it out there so someone else can get it? And they did refund us. So
Mm-hmm.
a little sad. That was going to be my first time on Guardians, but it's okay.
It's okay.
It
You
ended
have
up working out
something to
really
look
well
forward to.
because we went to breakfast at 9:20. And I've eaten at Garden Grill before, but the first time that I ate there was at one of the booths that's on the lower level and you're facing out. This
Okay.
time we were at the upper level and we were at a table and my shoulder was facing out. And I got so motion sick from Garden
Okay.
Grill.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I've
So
mostly sat in the booths in the
it was
bottom.
awful. I felt like I was going to throw up by the time our food got there.
Huh.
I was popping Zofran at the at breakfast because I
Mm,
wasn't feeling good. So I just feel like that's important to know for people who get really motion sick. Maybe ask for the booth.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Um, did you get to enjoy any of the food then?
A little bit, but I just wasn't feeling good.
You weren't feeling it. Okay. How
So
did
it was a
Arthur
bummer.
like this all you care to enjoy buffet without being a buffet type of situation?
He thought it was okay.
Okay.
He really liked there was cinnamon pull-apart bread that he really liked, and there was like a
Oh
potato
yeah.
casserole that was really
Mm-hmm.
good. We did have some great character interactions. So Arthur was wearing a shirt that had the Saja Boys on it. If you are familiar with K-pop Demon Hunters, this
I am
show.
not.
Okay.
But it's all the
This,
rage. I know that much.
it is so popular, and the Saja Boys are the male band that's like demons. But he was
Okay.
wearing his Saja Boy shirt, and he got his first comment this morning from Mickey. So
Oh.
Mickey was pointing to Arthur and then like drawing a rectangle on his own shirt and then doing like thumbs up. And we said, "Oh, you
Uh-huh.
like the Saja Boys?" And he was nodding his head. So Arthur thought that was really cool. And I did keep count. 7 other people commented on Arthur's shirt that day at Epcot.
Okay. Yeah, the K-pop Demon Hunter, whatever they're called, they are having a moment.
They were having a moment.
I'm pretty out of it when it comes to pop culture stuff like that, and even I know that they're big right now, so they must be huge.
Both my kids were characters for Halloween, and we went to a Halloween party for kids, and there were, I think it was like 8 girls dressed up like some of the Demon Hunter girls. Like
Mhm.
it was very popular.
Okay.
So I have down that we were done with breakfast at 9:54.
Mhm.
It We got out of there as quickly as I possibly could.
Mhm.
And at Garden Grill, the characters do, like people say that the characters will come around multiple times. We were able to see all 4 characters in 30 minutes, and it wasn't a problem, but
Okay.
I needed out of that restaurant.
Well, I'm sorry you had that experience. I would say, if I really think about it, I think Garden Grill used to be my favorite breakfast at Disney, and I really love Topolino's now because the food is great, the characters, all of that. Um, but Garden Grill is probably a close second.
Yeah, I mean, I've eaten dinner there before, and I really liked the dinner too, and I
Mhm.
think I would have really enjoyed the food, but
Yeah, I think the issue with the booths is that they are for bigger parties, because I think,
mhm,
well, they've got kind of like a table situation down there where it could be sort of like 2 groups of 3 or 4, and there's enough room in between the tables, but mostly I see big groups in there. So if you're a
yes.
smaller party, then you might get put into the top. So I suppose say something, and, if they can't accommodate you and you really feel like you need that because of the motion sickness issue, um, if they're not going to be able to do that, don't hesitate to ask to cancel your reservation and not get charged for the cancellation fee.
Yeah.
Um,
And
yeah,
I didn't anticipate, like I was fine the last time I ate there, so it was not on my radar that this would even
yeah.
be an issue, but
Hmm. Where did you head next?
we went to Turtle Talk with Crush.
Fun. Okay. Did Arthur ask any questions?
He did not. He's been watching the videos, and he was so excited to ask a question and had some questions planned. But when we got there, they were about to close the doors. So,
Mm-hmm.
and Arthur needs some time to adjust. And as you can see, like he ends up liking something and wants to do it over and over. Like that's just kind of
Mm-hmm.
how he is. And new things are hard. And so the idea of like me sitting in the back and him sitting in the front with all these really little kids, he was like, there is no way. so
Okay.
so it's okay. We sat in the back, and we sat, the aisle ends, maybe like 4 rows back. So we got to sit right where at the end of the aisle. So he could easily see,
Mm-hmm.
through everybody. And he really liked it. He thought it was fun, and then was saying, "Hey, dude," the rest of the day. And he thought that was cute. And I asked him later, like, do you want to go back where you can sit in the front and be able to ask a
Mm-hmm.
question? He was like, no, I'm good.
You had planned to get multi-pass for this day. Did you end up doing that?
I did.
Okay. All right.
I did get multi-pass. I did not have one for Turtle Talk, but I didn't really need it. Um, the problem was, there were a couple problems with that. Um, it was a very, very busy day at Epcot.
Hmm.
It
Okay.
was incredibly busy. It was already a Saturday, so I knew it was going to be busy. But then I was asking some cast members at one point, and they said, oh, yeah, with food and wine wrapping up, all the locals are coming. And the weather was really good. And they just
Okay.
said, we think we're just inundated for that. It was so busy at Epcot. I
Okay.
mean, just everything was really busy. So it was hard to get lightning lanes. And I forgot I had talked about Wait Magic, which was a service I'd paid for through Thrill Data, and they were having some serious issues this week. There were some changes to my Disney Experience app right before I left, and so it was Thrill Data, their Wait Magic, and Standby Skipper were having problems trying to figure out how to accommodate the new changes in the app. So it could not book lightning lanes for me. So when I was there in
Mm.
September, I just basically, before I left, had plugged in all of the things that I wanted to do. So as soon as I would scan into a ride, it would book my next one and just keep modifying them. but I didn't have that with me this day. So,
And this was Standby Skipper you were talking about using
Weight
previously.
Magic.
Okay. All
But they
right. So
were
you're just
both
saying
so,
Standby Skipper was also having issues, but Weight
yes.
Magic. So Weight Magic sounds like it is a similar service to Standby
It
Skipper.
is similar to Standby
Okay.
Skipper, but it can do, yeah, it does the modifications too. But it's okay. It's not a big deal. They can also do dining reservations. So I actually, because we'd had such a great experience at Beacon Barrel, I did set up an alert for Space 220, and it was able to get me one for that day.
Oh, okay.
You'll see we didn't end up using it, but it was able to get me one.
Okay. And is it one price for all of this stuff, or are you paying separately for it to
Yes.
modify things? Okay. So
So I
dining
paid,
and rides.
I had paid $45 for the year, and I knew I was going twice. So it made sense. Now I think it's up to $60 because I did it like when they first started the program.
Okay. So for the year, that is a better deal than Standby Skipper if you're
Yeah.
using it for modification purposes and booking things.
Yes.
Okay.
So then we went to Journey with Water, and Arthur was like, I don't want to do this. This sounds like a baby thing. I was like trying to explain it. He loved it. He had a great time. I was so proud of him because he sometimes is really nervous and doesn't want to talk to other people. And he coordinated everybody standing on the little water drops and counting to 3 and raising hands up so that it would make it's near the end where the water just goes crazy and it lights up your magic band. And we walked through a Journey of Water 2 or 3 times. We had a great time.
Fantastic.
Then we used my first lightning lane for Nemo. It was my lightning lane was at 10:30, and we got on at 10:33. That was fun. It was cute. I've never been through there. Arthur was having so much fun. He was wearing like these like black and white shorts, and so it was really fun to go. The rides that have the black lights.
Right. Yeah.
Just like,
so you light up.
yes. Then we went over to Connections to buy some more pins. We're real into the pin trading. And that was fun. Then we went to the Land Pavilion and just for some downtime. Like he was feeling a little overwhelmed. So we got a milkshake, the strawberry cheesecake milkshake that has like the little Remy stuff on top. It's part of Food and Wine. So we got that. And then there's a little area in there that's super quiet. It's, I don't know, back. We found it. We just sat there for maybe 30 minutes and just kind of like recharged and relaxed. So that was really good for us.
Is it the exit of Soarin' that looks a little bit like an airport waiting area?
No, it's on the other side.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it's the exit for Living with the Land, I think, is actually right over there. But we were kind of like tucked back.
Okay. All right.
So then we had a lightning lane. It was at 11:30, but we scanned in at 11:45 for Soarin'. And Arthur was very nervous as, we're walking through the stuff and the pre-show. And he kept being like, is this scary? Is this an intense ride? And I explained it to him. I said, this ride will make you go, ooh, ah, as opposed to like, ah.
Right.
And he said that was a perfect description. He was like, that is exactly what it did. We got off at 12:20. And he loved it. He was like, that was so cool. Soarin' is probably my favorite ride. I love it so much. So it made me happy that he also really liked it. Then we walked over to Frozen because we had a lightning lane and we got there at 12:45 and we did Frozen. So that was really fun. I think he was embarrassed because I was singing, but so were all the other moms. I said, I paid a lot of money for this trip. I'm allowed to sing if I want to.
That's part of our job as a mom, to slightly embarrass our children, right?
Exactly. Then we started just walking through the different pavilions, but it was wall to wall people. I mean, it was so crowded. The lines for the food booths were, some of them were just so incredibly long. So we decided he really had wanted to go to the Japan Pavilion. So we went to there. They were really smart. They had 2 different register areas, and each one had 2 or 3 registers open. So it actually was a really quick line compared to what we were seeing at other places. So we
Mhm.
got a bao bun and a boba drink and sat and ate those. Then we went through Mitsukoshi, I think is the name of that
Mhm.
store. That
Yep.
store is so fun. Oh my goodness. I
Yeah.
knew he was going to love it. We just spent a lot of time in there checking things out. He got some candy and a drink to then just have in the backpack for later. I really wanted to go and listen to the Voices of Liberty.
Mhm.
And Arthur needed some downtime. Like he was starting to just like, I could tell he was fading. And I had asked him, like, do you want to go back and take a break at our resort? And he kept saying no.
Mhm.
And like before the day started, I had been saying we're going to take a midday break. And he was like, no, we're not. We're going to keep going. And
Mhm.
I kept asking and he kept saying no. So we went to the America Pavilion and there was a 2:15 show and it was 1:55. So he just played on his iPad and we just sat in the air conditioned quiet for 20 minutes before the show started. And I think that helped him.
Mhm.
We listened to a little bit of the Voices of Liberty and he was like, this is boring. I'm ready to go.
Okay.
So that's okay. I did make a note that there was a toddler having an epic meltdown. Like this poor child could not be calmed down, was so just overtired, overstimulated. The poor
Mhm.
mom, I felt really bad for her. And every time she'd pick up the kid up, they would cry and scream even louder. And they were having a tough time. And a really sweet guy who worked at the America Pavilion came over and was like, hey, we have a room. Do you want to go there? And it was just some random room. And
Hmm.
like they were able to close the door, and the mom and the kid were just, I assume this child fell asleep, but
Mhm.
was really struggling. So I just wrote it down because I thought that was really nice.
Hmm.
But I think the guy was like, we got to do something about this toddler before the show starts.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
uh, it was crazy. Okay, so we really needed a break at this point, but I was worried about going all the way back to Pop and then not having very much time to rest before we needed to come back for because we were going to the show.
Yes, the
Our
eat to the beat.
breakfast came with tickets to Eat to the Beat.
Okay.
So we went to the Riviera.
Oh, okay.
It was the perfect break. We decided to just take the Skyliner, pop over to the Riviera, eat some lunch at Primo Piatto,
Yum.
and
Love that.
oh, it was great. That quick
Yeah.
service is amazing. So
Mhm.
we sat there and just relaxed and talked, and we had like a little booth. And then I said, do you want to stay here? Do you want to go outside or do you want to go up to the lobby? And he said, let's go to the lobby. And we did. We sat in the most comfortable chairs for
Mhm.
probably an hour and
Ugh.
just had a break. There were multiple pin trading opportunities. So we traded a bunch of pins and we then just sat and hung out.
Mm. I
And
love
that is
that.
exactly what we needed. The Riviera is amazing. It smells so good in there. It is
Yes.
so
Mhm.
relaxing and so beautiful. And Arthur kept saying, I want to stay here.
Mhm.
And
I love a deluxe lobby. I mean, the deluxe resorts as a whole are very nice, but there is something about sitting in a deluxe lobby and just relaxing and watching the world go by. There's nothing like it.
there isn't. And it is very different than sitting in the pop lobby or the pop quick
Yes.
service.
Yes.
It was so nice.
Right. Nothing against pop. I love
No.
pop. Love it. Love it. It is not the same vibe. It is not nearly as relaxing.
Mm-mm. So we really enjoyed that and enjoyed talking about coming back and staying there someday.
Mhm.
Yeah, we really enjoyed that. Then we headed back to the Skyliner at 4:15. So that was yeah. I highly recommend if you're in Epcot, you're overstimulated,
Mhm.
that's the place to go.
Yeah, and if you don't wanna bother getting on the Skyliner, go sit at the boardwalk, go sit at the beach club or the yacht club, like, same thing.
Yes,
I mean, it's nice to just step outside of the park for a moment, and you don't have to go far to do it.
exactly. And I would have just taken him to Beach Club, but since we'd had breakfast there the day before, I was
Yeah,
like, I
no, it's
want
nice
to
for the variety,
and I
yeah.
And I really wanted to check out the Riviera in general.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it was the perfect opportunity. He was not happy about the walk from the Skyliner to the Riviera. He was like, "You told me we were going to be resting." I said, "It's worth it. Trust me. Like, it's worth the walk." So we stopped in the Japan Pavilion again and just walked around the store one more time because Arthur loved it so much. We walked into the concert at 5 o'clock,
Mm-hmm.
and we got in the second row. We did not need to book a dining package. I don't know. I was concerned that we wouldn't be able to get a spot, but
Mm-hmm.
there were so many spots. But it was really fun to sit in the second row. We had a great time. David Archuleta was the singer, and high energy, super fun. My favorite part, well, there were two favorite parts. There were a group of people sitting next to me, and they
Mm-hmm.
were friends and family, somebody of one of the backup dancers. He had two backup dancers, and
Okay.
that was really fun to just hear their energy. Like, they were so excited for this friend.
Cool. Okay.
And that was really fun. He also was like, "Hey, we're at Disney. What song do you want me to sing from one of the Disney movies?" And so people were yelling out Hercules, so he did the song from Hercules, and I love that song. With
What?
the
Go the distance?
"Go the Distance."
Oh,
It
God.
was so
Makes me cry.
beautiful. Oh, it was beautiful. There were some really intoxicated people around us, so that was funny. They were
Oh, no.
being very loud, but it was okay.
Were
We ended up
you a
leaving.
David Archuleta fan before this, or
No.
you are now maybe
Yes.
sort of a fan?
Arthur really likes music, and so I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, this is a great opportunity to get to see live music." And it
Yeah.
was, I mean, it's the perfect length for a kid too, because
Right.
it's only a 30-minute show.
Mm-hmm.
So he went and saw, oh my goodness, I can't remember who he saw. Anyways, he's been to a concert before, and it got too long for him, all
Okay.
the
Yeah.
pre-shows and everything. So then, after David Archuleta, Arthur said, "Oh, we haven't gotten that nitrogen frozen pumpkin cheesecake yet." So we booked it over there. I
Mm-hmm.
remember talking about that on the pre-show. It was at the Swirled Showcase, which was the walkway between the World Showcase and the Imagination Pavilion. And it was called,
Mm-hmm.
I have my little book here so I don't mess it up, Liquid Nitrogen Frozen Pumpkin Cheesecake Mousse.
Whoa. Okay. That's a lot. Was it good?
It was good. Yeah, it was good. It was very sweet, but it was
Okay.
good. And so we stood and ate off the top of a trash can in Epcot, like one does.
As you do. Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Are we really supposed to do this?" And I said, "Oh, it's a thing."
Right. No, if you have not eaten on top of a trash can, have you actually been to a festival before?
Yeah, I said, "It's a thing." But again, it was so, so crowded.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there were a lot of people in that area. So then we went over and we rode Spaceship Earth, and that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And played the games after. I think that was his favorite part. He found one of the games where he could like drive a car, and
Mm-hmm.
he was having a great time. Felt like Tomorrowland Speedway, I guess. Uh, then we stopped at Club Cool and tried some of the drinks. We did not try the Beverly because no, thank you. We
have
had
have you had it before?
no,
Okay.
but I
Well, you got
don't
to try
want
it
to
at
try.
some point. It's just very bitter. Just
Yeah,
take a little sip of it and then cleanse your palate with something that's good.
I guess. He tried the sodas. I wasn't really into it, but he thought that was cool. We had a 7:40 reservation at Space 220 Lounge,
Okay.
which is what we were able to get through that Wait Magic.
Mm-hmm.
And we had some time to kill. So we actually sat for 20 minutes at a bench, and it was so glorious. I let him just play on my phone, and I sat and I watched the light show and listened to the music that was happening on Spaceship Earth, and
Mm-hmm.
just took in people walking around, and like
Mm-hmm.
it It was so wonderful.
Were you in that center garden and world celebration
Yes.
where the Walt statue is and everything? Okay. Okay.
Yes. It was so beautiful and just so relaxing. And I was like, I could sit here all day. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I could literally buy a park ticket just to sit here and just
Mm-hmm.
feel the vibes all day. It was lovely. So we went over to Space 220 Lounge and they let us go in, and there were a ton of people in there waiting.
Hmm.
And Arthur was like, I don't really want to wait in line. He really wanted to ride Soarin' again, and we were looking at the wait times were pretty good, and we're starting to feel tired. And he was like, I think I also want to go swim at the pool. And I said, well, we could either stay here and go to Space 220 and then like head back, or we could go ride Soarin' and then head back. And he decided I'd rather ride Soarin'. So I just went over and said like, hey, we decided we're not going to wait for this. And they said it was no problem. So because we waited for about 10 minutes before we
Okay.
made that decision. So then we headed over to Soarin', but we got distracted on the way because there were a ton of pin traders set up in the breezeway.
Oh, yes. Yes. I've seen this before.
And
It's like a
Arthur,
pin trading convention.
yes. And he was so into it. So we traded pins for a really long time. There were some really nice people there, like teaching us about pins and being
Mm-hmm.
really nice to him. I ended up going and buying more pins so that he could trade pins. It was a whole thing. But I
Mm-hmm.
was really proud of him. He is nervous around new people, and he would talk to people, and like it was a great experience for him. He loved it. He got a lot of pins that he really wanted. And after a really long time of that, I mean, it was probably an hour of pin trading.
Oh, wow. You really did do it. Okay.
Yes. I said, buddy, it is like after 8:30. If you want to ride Soarin', we need to go right now. And he was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, yeah, okay. And he was out of pins to trade anyway. He'd gotten all the pins that he wanted. So I was like, let's go. I'm not buying more pins. So Soarin' was a posted 20-minute wait. We got in line at 8:40 and we basically just walked on. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we waited a little bit. We got off the ride at 9:08
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, oh crap. Luminous was starting
Uh-huh.
right as we were going. And so we're able to watch Luminous, but he was starting to feel really tired. So he was walking really slow.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is not going to be good. We ended up getting to that bridge to leave
Mm-hmm.
right as the fireworks were ending, and hundreds of people just started pouring out of the park.
Were you kind of ahead of them, or you were
No.
moving so slowly they were passing you?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So
And that
then,
line for the Skyliner really
yes.
backs up.
Yes. So the line was really long. I mean, we still got I thought we got in a decent point. Like we were on the ramp up to the Skyliner. We weren't like once we were on the Skyliner, you could see that it was backed up all the way to like Beach Club.
Right. Right. And it moves quickly because
It does. But
it continuously moves while people are getting on. So
he was about to cry. I could tell. I just felt so bad. Like you could just
poor
tell he
thing.
was like tired and done.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay. We got on the Skyliner. We were able to get back to our room by 10:02, which I feel like is still pretty good. We got off Soarin' at 9:08, and less than an hour later, we were at our room at Pop.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Not bad at all.
Took showers, and then at 10:45, I ran down to the food court and got pizza and brought it back. And we had a piece of pizza that we split. And that day we had 24,862 steps.
Mm-hmm. And did you feel like you had that many steps?
No, I had such
You
a
could have
good
kept
day.
going.
I could have kept going. But it was a really good day.
Good.
Yeah. I'm happy with the way everything went.
Mm-hmm. This unfortunately brings us to your departure day, Sunday, November the 9th. And you needed to leave the resort before 9 a.m. because you had like a noon flight. So
Yes.
what did you do that morning?
So I actually woke up in the middle of the night. I was freaking out about our flight.
Mm.
because I
Oh,
hadn't
because of all
received
the
anything
airline
saying that we
stuff.
were for sure good to fly, and they were
Mhm.
canceling a lot of flights, and I was just very nervous about that situation. We had something we had to be at the next day. So I don't know, I was just thinking like if I have to take my rental car and drive all the way to Ohio, like stressed out.
Oh gosh,
But
no.
I ended up getting back to sleep and my alarm went off at 7:30. We packed up the room, got ready. We were the first people at the arcade. We rope dropped the Pop Century arcade at 7:55 in the morning
Uh-huh.
and played some arcade. You've always got
Mhm.
to do that at the hotels. Arthur has so much fun. We shopped, got a present for his sister, did some pin trading, ate breakfast, and then we ended up leaving Pop at 9:30. Um, because I don't know, I was looking at my Maps app and there was like no
Mhm.
traffic, so I was like, we'll be fine. We left at 9:30. Stopped for gas really close to the airport to fill up the rental car, and then car drop off was so incredibly easy.
Really? Okay.
I just pulled in and they said, "Are the keys in the car?" And I said, "Yes." And they said, "Okay, bye."
Mhm.
And that was it.
Good.
I, in the pre trip, had talked about I got a visitor toll pass. It
Mhm.
was like an app, and then I got it through a kiosk. And in the garage where I dropped off the car, there was just a little, it looked like a mailbox that said
Mhm.
visitor toll pass thing. And I just left it
Mhm.
there. And
Was that worth it in the end to you to get that in
I think
advance?
so. I mean, because they were talking to me at Alamo about how they would charge me the like an upgraded upcharge for tolls, and I was like, "Oh, I
Mhm.
don't need that. I already have the visitor toll pass." And they were like, "Oh, okay, well then this doesn't apply to you."
Okay.
So, I think it was cheaper in the long run. I
Okay.
didn't have to pay anything for the toll pass. We got into the airport at 10:15 and I had an MCO reserve appointment at 10:45.
Okay.
So I couldn't modify it any earlier. So we just hung out. We did a little shopping, and went through at 10:45. And it was MCO reserve. If you do not have TSA pre-check,
Mhm.
is amazing.
Okay.
We just walked straight through
Mhm.
the whole thing, and there we go. We
Were
were
the
in,
lines for people who did not have a reservation fairly long this day?
yes,
Okay.
yeah. And there just was a lot of chaos at the airport in general. Like
I bet. Yeah.
you could just tell like people were stressed out.
Mhm.
I wrote that down like just throughout the whole airport.
Was your
Um,
flight on time or had you
no,
received any notifications?
we got a notification that it was 6 minutes delayed, which I was like, oh, no problem. Um, and our delayed time was that we were going to take off at 12:10. We did not take off until 1:22.
Okay.
So at first there were some issues with getting someone in a wheelchair on. It just took a lot longer for a transfer for them. And then we were number 8 in line to get on the runway. So we were
Okay.
boarded and we were just sitting there, and they said that the whole airport was down to only 2 runways. So they were just like, it's just we're having to sit a lot longer. But I
Mm.
mean, still to get off by 1:22, I was like, this is fine.
Yeah,
Like
not
I
bad overall.
not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I felt bad. There was a lot of chaos at the airport, so I felt really glad that
Mhm.
we were still taking off pretty close to our time. And I have that. I checked my step count when we got into our car in Cincinnati, and we were at 7,215 steps.
Counting your steps even on your departure day.
Yes, because I was interested in
Mhm.
how much it would be for walking. So it was a great trip.
What a nice experience. I have this with Alex too, to have like one-on-one time with your kid. I mean, Alex is our only kid, but just to have like just me and him sometimes, it's so nice. And you get that bonding experience and you make memories. And, I'm sure you guys have some little inside jokes now. And
Mhm.
that just sounds like you had such a good time. Are you already planning for your next trip? And if so, when is it?
I mean, I'm always planning for a trip. I'm always coming up with things, but there's nothing set in stone at this point. I
Hmm.
mean, if I could do anything that I wanted, like we would take a family trip every year and I would go by myself and I would
Mhm.
take each of the kids individually, but
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm hoping that the next time I go is a solo trip.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
It would. I mean, there's so many things and I just kept being like, "Oh, I want to do this. Oh, I want to do
Mhm.
that." And it's stuff that like doesn't interest my kids or we'll see.
Yeah. All right. Well, you've got a lot to look forward to, and you can always, like we were talking about at the beginning, fake plan a trip.
Exactly.
Get that trip written down, plan what you would wanna do, and then when the price is right, when the what do they say? Strike while the iron is hot.
Yes. So, we will see. We'll see when I'm
Yeah.
back, but I mean, I don't think it'll be too long.
I don't think it will be either. I mean, you for sure have drunk the Kool-Aid.
I have. Yes.
Mhm. And it
Mhm.
sounds like Arthur probably has too, considering this was his first time into the parks. Sounds like it went so well and that he just adapted to everything even better than you thought he might.
Yes. He did. And he really wants to go to Hollywood Studios, so I am
Mm,
sure we will be making that happen.
yeah, if he's into Star Wars, he's gotta go. All
Yes.
right. Well, it has been such a pleasure meeting you and talking with you, and I hope that this isn't the last time.
Yes, I hope so too. I hope I'll be on telling you all about my next excursion.
All right. Have a magical rest of your weekend.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you again to Anna for being such a delightful guest. You are always welcome back, and I would love to hear about Arthur's first time in Hollywood studios. Okay, that wraps up today's episode. With everything going on in the world, I am so mindful of everything I have to be thankful for. And this community and all my listeners are definitely up there on my list. I hope that everyone who is celebrating has a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday and that you get some quality time in with your chosen family and friends. If you are traveling, be safe, pack your patience, and remember, you're one day closer to your next magical adventure. So, in the meantime, keep daydreaming about where you long to be.